Welcome back. Let's talk party politics now. The trouble in Nigeria's former ruling party, People's Democratic Party, has assumed another dimension. The party is now officially split into two factions. The National Working Committee of the new faction has now suspended the acting national chairman of the party, Umar Damagum, and the national secretary of the party, Samuel Anyanwu, for alleged disloyalty to the party. The announcement was made by the National Publicity Secretary of the party, Debo Ologuagba. Now, this move comes shortly after a federal high court in Abuja restrained the National Executive Committee and Board of Trustees of the party from removing Damagum as the national chairman of the party. While delivering judgment in a suit instituted by Senator Umar Maina against the NEC and BOT, Justice Peter Lifu further ordered that no person other than Damagum should be recognized as the PDP national chairman until the party's national convention scheduled for December 2025. He added that any attempt to truncate the 4-year tenure of the northern region, which has not been completed without the national convention, will amount to an affront to the PDP constitution. Now, the NWC loyal to Damagum has since announced the suspension of the National Legal Advisor of the party, Kamaldeen Ajibade, and the National Publicity Secretary, Debo Ologuagba, for alleged anti-party or disloyalty now to the party. So the two factions carrying out suspensions of their own. PDP's chieftain, Diro Odeyemi, now joins me on the program from Ibadan. Mr. Odeyemi, thank you very much for coming on the program. Your party is now officially split. And with the way things are now, one can best say that it's a situation of the falcon no longer hearing the falconer. Apologies to WB Eats.
Yes, it's only that what we have been hiding in the past are just coming into the open. We already know that the party is divided longest time ago. The most unfortunate thing is, to what extent have we been able to sit down as a political party to resolve all these crises before it snowballed into major crisis, which is now open to the world? Of course, it's an ugly situation, and it's a shame on the dramatic personnel that were involved in this action. Nobody should be exonerated. We not exonerate the chairman, neither will not exonerate Debo Ologuagba and the legal advisor. Because if you cannot manage yourselves, how do you want to convince Nigerians that you can manage their affairs? That's what it means. And that's why I'm saying it, that it is a shame. And it's very unfortunate that the BOT, who are just coming in now to say status quo should remain, should have made enough efforts so that we don't get to this stage at all.
But why do you think the BOT has not been able to resolve this problem?
I've said this severally. He who pays the piper dictates the tone. He who pays the piper dictates the tune. It is the governors who finance the political parties. And when they are divided among themselves, some belonging to Wike, other groups belonging to Atiku, we will continue to have this kind of a problem.
Now, this division is really, you know, it just runs across. So you have division within the NWC, you have division in the NEC, you have division in the BOT, and then you have division among the governors.
You are saying the obvious. That is how it is. And that is why it is very difficult for this crisis to be settled. Who is neutral? Of course, there are some people whose voice have not been heard in this crisis. People like David Mark, people like Bukola Saraki, people like Peter Odili, people like even Fayose, even though we know where all of them stand. But for the mere fact that they have kept quiet on this issue, people still respect them. People don't know where they stand. I think it is high time they all come out now and say this is enough of all this rubbish in PDP. This is the time for them to come out. Because as it appears now, you can see Wike responding to Baba Body George that it should not be taken serious because here's somebody who said if Tinubu wins the presidential election, he will leave Nigeria. So he doesn't have the moral right to advise him to leave Fubara alone. You see, all this altercation, all these talks among our leaders is not helping the party, and we know and we are saying it. But the problem is when two elephants fight. This is more than two elephants now. It is about elephants fighting everywhere. It is the grass. Because some of us who carry that logo, who carries that ideology or have identified with PDP, people are asking us questions. What's wrong with your party? Why can't you settle internally? 2027 is very near. Where are we? We have not even sought out the issue that emanated from the last presidential election, and we are preparing to go to the next one. It's a shame. And it's quite unfortunate that we find ourselves in this situation.
And do you think 2027 is actually the reason for this and the fallout of 2023?
That's exactly the cause of the problem. That's exactly the beginning of the crisis. When Wike lost the election, fine. When he lost that position to become the VP, another problem. When he requested or made a demand that Ayu should step down for his Southern chairman, and they didn't listen to him, we went into that election divided, and we lost. After losing the election, what is expected for us to now sit down and say, yes, we have all found ourselves on the ground. How do we pick up? From where do we start again? Let us reconcile genuinely. Let us talk among ourselves. But nobody is doing that. Immediately after that, you have seen people aspiring again for 2027. And you have seen people who lost that election saying, you cannot prevent me from winning the presidential election and you want to become the president. That is just it. Nothing more than that. And I've said this severally. And I don't mind all supporters of Atiku who have descended on me to insult me or to abuse me. I will continue to say it. It is only Atiku that can resolve all this. If Atiku comes out tomorrow and say, yes, I'm seeing myself as the leader of this party. I'm seeing myself as a father figure of this country. I want PDP to survive. I am not interested in presidential again at my age. And because of the situation, crisis PDP will come to terms because at the end of the day, we don't have anybody to fight with.
But that is very unlikely.
It's not likely. I know that, but no politicians will want to leave his personal desire for election in the overriding interest of anybody, which is sad. It's not going to happen, but that is the only solution. Wike is fighting to ensure that Atiku does not emerge in 2027. We don't know his stand, if he is interested in contesting again or not. But the point is, he's fighting Atiku group. And Atiku group are responding by fighting him back. And I've said it, that is what snowballed into the crisis we have in Rivers State. And that is why you have the NWC divided between Atiku and Wike again. And that's why you have the governors divided between Atiku and Wike again. Until we are able to bring the two of them together. Until we are able to say, yes, the two of you should sort yourself out and leave the party alone and let us progress. We will not move anywhere.
And unfortunately, these are men with very big egos. I think we'll just have to leave it there. Thank you very much, Mr. Dirodemi, for coming on the program and sharing your thoughts with us. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. All right, we'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Stay with us. Don't go away.
Opinions are free. Facts are sacred. But truth is universal.
How, in practical terms, can we, for instance, de-escalate the tension?
When you go into public office, you must be ready to answer to the people.
We know where the enemy is. 3 places. The Lake Chad Basin, the border area between Nigeria and Cameroon, and then the Sambisa Forest.
On DEJI360, we give you a complete dose of everything. Opinion, facts, and undiluted truth.
I hardly believe what politicians say in this part of the world.
A new Nigeria is possible, a future is possible.
We delve into the issues, dissect it so that you can understand it, and use it to take action.
I don't think there's any need for any governor to look for grant for ranching.
DEJI360, dissecting the issues.